Hi, I'm Daredevil. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Yes, as you may have noticed by the black mask, I have just watched the premiere of the new Daredevil Born Again series, which premiered in the States last night on Disney+. I'm a huge fan of the Daredevil series that ran for 3 seasons on Netflix from 2015 to 2018. I can't believe it was that long ago. But since we've seen Daredevil pop up in Spider-Man No Way Home, he's even been in a cartoon of the recent Spider-Man Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man TV series, and in all cases played by Charlie Cox. There is a second episode that aired last night of Daredevil Born Again, but this is a kind of a new iteration, but also a continuation of the Netflix show. The story goes that when Disney regained the rights and Marvel regained the rights from Netflix, they were going to completely retool the show using only Charlie Cox as Daredevil. And they started shooting. The rumor is they shot between 6 and 7 episodes, and it was wrong. It felt wrong. It was too comedic. It was too whatever. It didn't feel right. And Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio, who plays Kingpin, Wilson Fisk, both complained to Kevin Feige. And so they scrapped almost everything they shot, rewrote it, got rid of the directors and the writers, got new writers in, new directors, new crew, everything, and reshot it. And did it pay off? Oh yes, it paid off. If you've been living under a rock, or you don't watch a lot of superhero stuff, and you don't know who Daredevil is, and you haven't seen the Ben Affleck film from a long time ago, Daredevil is essentially a superhero who's very much like Batman. He is blind, and because he's blind, he was blinded by some mysterious toxic chemicals that have sharpened his senses to the point where he can hear people's heartbeats, he can smell things that other people can't smell, he can he's got a kind of radar sense, he can feel things approaching him, so you throw something at him, he'll catch it because he can sense it in the air. And the cool thing about being a blind superhero is almost no one suspects him, because you wouldn't expect a guy jumping across rooftops and fighting people to be missing a very important sense, his sight. Anyway, cool thing about Daredevil, he doesn't, apart from his sort of radar sense, he doesn't have a lot of powers. His main superpower is to hit people until they stop moving. He's very tough for a normal sized kind of guy. And Charlie Cox, who plays him, is a British actor who puts on this American accent, and he's a super smooth talking guy. His alter ego is Matt Murdock, a blind lawyer in New York. He started off in the Hell's Kitchen area of New York, which was a kind of a rough suburb, but this new series takes place in New York proper, where his arch nemesis, the Kingpin, aka Wilson Fisk, they've run into each other a few times. They're aware of each other. Wilson is aware of Matt Murdock's alter ego, and we open this first episode with a lot of changes. There are some familiar faces from the Netflix show, and there's some new faces. And Wilson Fisk's modus operandi at the moment is to become the new mayor of New York. He claims to be a good guy, and he's out there to save the city. And Matt Murdock has had a change of heart and given up being Daredevil. For how long? Anyway, is it any good? Oh, goodness me, yeah. It feels very similar to the Netflix show. It feels a little bit more, I was going to say expensive. The cinematography is really, really nice in this. I'm going to critique a tiny thing. There are a few shots of Daredevil near the start of him traveling through the city, he tends to swing quite a lot, I've noticed so far. Not as much as he did in the Netflix shows. He used to just climb up ladders and things like that, run across rooftops. So this one, he swings around a bit like Spider-Man, not too much, but a little bit. And you can tell it's a CGI character just by the way the character moves. They're a bit light, but that's a minor thing. All the actors who have come over from the Netflix show, Vincent D'Onofrio as Wilson Fisk, Deborah Ann Walls, Karen Page, Eldon Henson as Foggy Nelson. Great. They're all great. It's amazing how similar yet slightly older everyone looks, a tiny bit. And Charlie Cox is just the most likable guy. You know, you really can't stop watching him. He's up there with like Henry Cavill or Hugh Jackman. You know, he's kind of like just dependable and nice. Vincent D'Onofrio has made the Wilson Fisk character his own from the start, because previously he was played by Michael Clark Duncan in the Ben Affleck film, but before that we'd only ever seen him in comics and cartoons. But Vincent D'Onofrio has brought this kind of seething, quiet edge to it. You're not sure what he's up to. You know he's up to no good, and you know he could snap any minute. And you know, if you were in the room with him, you'd be pretty terrified. He's not as massively giant as he is in the comics and cartoons, and they've even made mention that he's lost a little bit of weight in this one, and I was kind of hoping he would have got bigger, like some sort of prosthetics, extra big shoulders or something. But he is up to no good. I can't wait to see what happens in episode 2, which I haven't watched yet. Anyway, I've been looking forward to this for a long time. Daredevil, the TV series, if you want to watch it, there are 3 seasons to watch. Like I say, he showed up in Spider-Man No Way Home briefly, not as Daredevil, but as Matt Murdock. He showed up in She-Hulk for a little scene or 2, which, you know, some people like She-Hulk. I didn't think much of it as a show. But I did recently watch an episode of Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, which is a cartoon series, and Charlie Cox turns up as Daredevil in that, so I was well chuffed to see that. The Daredevil show from Netflix was rated 8.6 out of 10 on IMDb, 92% on Rotten Tomatoes. It is a quality show. If you're not that much into superheroes and you've had enough of superheroes, there's still quite a lot of you to get invested in, because it is about legal stuff. So it's not all courtroom stuff, but it's about crime. It's like a crime drama show. It's like close in tone to something like The Dark Knight. You know, it just happens to have a guy who wears a suit occasionally and beats the crap out of people. And there's plenty to like. There's plenty to watch there. I would recommend it to anyone who hasn't seen it. You don't have to watch the old series in order to get into this new one on Disney Plus, but you'll enjoy it a heck of a lot more. So, have you seen the new episode of Daredevil Born Again on Disney Plus? 2 episodes out so far. I don't think I'm going to review every episode. I just wanted to come on and talk about my excitement and what I thought of the first episode without any spoilers. So let me know what you think. If you're going to watch it, if you're not going to watch it, what you like about it, what you don't like about it. Again, try not to get into arguments in the comments section, and I'll see you next time.